Hi everyone, welcome. I hope all of you are having a great day. We are very excited to have you here because this is our sixth session of our monthly Power Up Thursdays, which is, I think, a great opportunity both for our team to be able to connect with you and answer your questions live, and also as we have updates within the app, within the Sertifier app, this is also a great opportunity for us to convey all of these updates to you and let you know of the latest additions and changes to the app. So thank you so much for joining us. And also our general manager again is here today with us as well. And if you have any questions at any point of time, please feel free to write all of your questions to the chat. We will have a dedicated 15 minutes of Q&A session at the end of the Power Up Thursday. And also, again, we'll be able to send you links, send you information from our knowledge base according to your questions. So whenever you have questions, just please feel free to drop them at the chat. And once again, thank you so much for coming. So without further ado, I want to talk about what we will be doing within these 45 minutes. So within this 45 minutes, we will first talk about how you can set up your organization profile prior to start sending and issuing digital credentials. Then we will be talking about how to create and send digital credentials via Sertifier and how to track those credentials that you have issued using our analytics pages so that you can keep track of all of the data that you have. And at the end, as I have mentioned, we will have a 15 minutes of dedicated Q&A session, a live Q&A session at the end. And our goal here today is that at the end of the session, you will be able to navigate Sertifier with ease. You will be knowledgeable about all of our features and all of the pages available to you. You will be able to create and send digital credentials from scratch. And that you will also be able to analyze your metrics accordingly and track your campaign statistics. And overall, that you have a complete understanding of all of our features. Another thing that I want to mention before we jump to the Sertifier app is that after this session, at the beginning of the next week, we will also be sending a complete PDF Sertifier guide to all of our registrants, which is a very comprehensive PDF guide that includes all of the information about the app, all of the tutorials and step-by-step instructions on how to send credentials, how to set up your organization profile, the analytics pages, and all of the other advanced features as well. So be prepared for that, and along with this PDF guide, we will also be sharing the recording of the session as well, so that you have the chance to come back and rewatch it if necessary. And yes, this was all. Let me just switch to the app so we can get started with setting up your Sertifier account. So whenever you log in to Sertifier, this dashboard page will be the first page that you will encounter. And here within this dashboard, you will be able to see a summary of all the analytics reports that we offer. So for example, the credential reports, marketing reports, recipient engagement, as well as the event logs. So you will have the summary of all of the analytics reports within your dashboard. And another important part of the dashboard is that here, where you can see on the right bottom side, is that we also have the name change requests placed here. So what this means is that whenever you issue your credentials and if there's a typo within the recipient name, your recipients will be able to send you name change requests through their credential pages. And all of the name change requests will appear within this page. where you can review the requests, deny or accept them one by one or in bulk. So this is an important part of our dashboard, and we generally say to our customers that it's a good idea to check this page from time to time after you issue your credentials. Let's get back to our dashboard. And as I mentioned, we will first start with setting up the organization profile. So this is a process that we recommend you to go through prior to sending credentials, issuing your credentials. So whenever you want to navigate to your organization settings, you have two options to choose from. Whenever you click on your organization name on the right top corner, you will be able to see the organization settings placed here. Or you can also use this settings icon on the left bottom as well. And here we are at our organization settings. So the organization settings page has 4 different sections. One of them is issue profile settings. We have our general settings. Then we have our issue verification process. And lastly, account preferences. And I want to go over them one by one to make sure that all of your questions get answered and that we provide you all of the details necessary for you to start using Sertifier. So the first section that we have right here is issue profile settings, which are the settings that will include your the information such as your organization logo, organization's name, contact email, as well as your organization's website. And this information will be used within your issue profile if you set it to live. And when you keep your issue profile live, here you will be able to use this button right here to visit your issue profile or customize your issue profile. So within the issue profile, we have 3 different directories. The first one is the credential directory, where you can choose individual credentials to display. Within your issue profile, the second directory is the collections, where you can choose collections of credentials to display within your issue profile. And lastly, if you prefer to do so, we also have our recipient directory, where you can choose from your recipients who you want to display within your issue profile. And also this information, such as your organization logo, organization's name, will be available within your issue profile as well and will be used in other parts of the app, such as the email templates and also, for example, credential designs. So it's always a good idea to make sure that you fill out this issue profile settings section before you start issuing credentials. And within the issue profile settings, we also have our contact email, which will be available to your recipients within their credential pages as well. So whenever they receive their credential and visit their credential pages, they will be able to contact you directly using this email. So please make sure that the email that you put in here is an email that you are willing to share with your recipients. And the second section that we have right here is the general settings. And one of the most important parts of this general settings is that making sure that you have the right LinkedIn organization number. If you do not know how to find your LinkedIn organization number, we have a hyperlink here that will direct you to our knowledge base. And the article will guide you step by step on how to find get your LinkedIn organization number. And this is important because whenever your recipients share their credentials on LinkedIn, this organization number makes sure that these credentials are directly linked to your organization profile on LinkedIn, and that the profile picture of your organization looks right, and that your recipients won't encounter any problems whenever they are issuing their credentials. So this is one of the important aspects of the general settings. And also within the general settings, we have the social media accounts. You can choose which social media accounts to use. And these accounts you will be able to use within your issue profile within your credential pages, within your email that will be sent to your recipients. So this is also a good way to drive traffic to your social media accounts as well. And also within the analytics pages, we have analytics reports that you can use to track the social media traffic that you are driving from Sertifier. Also within the general settings, we have a contact phone that won't be shared with your recipients, that only we can see and use in case we get to contact you for any SMS workflows that we might have set up. The third section within the organization settings is our issue verification. So this process is done through with the Velocity Network Foundation. Whenever you go through the process of issue verification, you will be registered to the Velocity Network Foundation, and this process will both ensure that all of your credentials are recognizable globally, and that it also adds another step of trust between you and your recipients. And all of the necessary information regarding the issue verification will be right here on the organization setting. The fourth section that we have, and the last section within the organization settings, is the account preferences. So this will include the date format, which you can adjust according to your preference, and also the credential update notification emails. So the credential update notification emails are the automatically sent emails to your recipients whenever there is an update within an issued credential. So this can be a change within the credential details, within the credential design, within the recipient information. And if you have this notification emails turned on, your recipients will be notified about these updates automatically. However, if you wish to do so, it's totally up to your preference. You can also turn off these notification emails as well. This was all in terms of setting up your account, filling out the organization settings. And another section, another tab that I want to show you is our users tab within the settings. Within the users tab, you will have the ability to add admins. So, for example, if you have more than one people working on your team on issues of credentials, you will be able to utilize this button right here, add new user, enter their email, and also adjust their permissions. So this way, everyone on your team have their separate and each unique individual login information that they can use. So it just makes things much easier, and that you will also be able to edit the permissions as well. So if you only want a team member to be able to send and issue credentials but not be able to see your, for example, account and billing, you can do so using the permissions toggles right here. This was all in terms of organization settings. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them right now, and we will get back to and answer all of the questions at the end of the session. So let's start. Let's start creating our credential campaign. So whenever you start creating a campaign, a credential campaign, one of the best ways to do so is go to the left menu right here and click the Create Campaign button. So this button will direct you to the credential campaign page, where this page will guide you step by step, starting from credential details all the way up to campaign options. So this is just an easier way to start creating your credential campaign, because all of the necessary details and elements that you have to create are just right in front of you within this page. So the first element that we have to create is the credential details. All of these details will be visible within the credential page. So so all of the information that you want to be displayed apart from the credential design, credential details is the place to do so. And if you already have a credential detail already created, you will be able to choose the credential detail from this page right here. And you can see the status of the credential details as well as the description and creation dates of the previously created credential details. However, to create a new detail, you can click the Create New Detail button. And actually, we had updates to our credential details not so long ago. So this is a new look, one that might be unfamiliar to you. So I want to go over the changes one by one. However, the process of creating a credential detail hasn't changed much. So the only thing that differs between the previous update and this one is that it gives you more flexibility. Because here you can see that we have our credential title, credential description, and skills as the only 3 mandatory fields that we have right here. So, for example, let's create a credential for an advanced marketing course. And after I enter the title, I will give the description for this course, and I will also choose the related skills for this credential. So whenever I type in a keyword, the system will give me a list of recommendations that I can choose from. So for example, let's select digital marketing, maybe, let's see, marketing management. And here you can see whenever I choose a skill, both related skills appear as well as a part of our beta feature, AI-generated skill suggestions appear as well. So for example, I can choose marketing automation from the AI-generated skill suggestions. And here you can see that all of the skills that are added have their own description that you can check to make sure that the skill you have added applies to this credential. And also, if there is a skill that you want to use but we don't have available within our system, you can also create a new custom skill as well. So whenever you type in the skill that you wish to add and are not able to find it from the list of skills that we have, you will scroll to the very bottom of the suggestions list. And here you will see the button to add the skill that you have written as a custom skill. This was all in terms of the mandatory fields that we have, but however, we have also our optional fields. So from the optional fields, you can select and give the information about the credential type, the duration, cost, the level, starting from the beginner going up to professional. You can list the earning criteria that is necessary for your recipients to comply to be able to earn this credential. If you want to set an expire date, you can also do so. So, for example, whenever you select an expire date for your credential, so let's say 2 years, and you will the credential will no longer be valid after this date. And you can also send expiry reminder emails to make sure that your recipients are aware that the validity period for this credential is coming to end. We have added customization options for these reminder emails that you can add up to 3 reminders and also adjust the dates that you want those reminder emails to be sent. So, for example, let's say 10 days ago, 5 days ago, and 2 days ago, that the reminders emails will be sent. And also, another new feature that we have, another optional field that we have that was recently added is the supporting documentation. So from here, you will be able to add all of the related and necessary documentation to the credential page. So this can be a portfolio, this can be a syllabus that you are using. So it varies from case to case. And now you can also add supporting documentations to your credential details as well. Whenever you select all of the optional fields that you wish to add to your credential page and have filled out the mandatory fields, you can click Save and Continue. Let's delete this one. Yes, you can click Save and Continue, which then you will be back at the credential campaign page. For the credential design, we have the option to create a certificate or a badge, or optionally you can also send both of them within the same credential campaign as well. So let's get started with a certificate design. If you already have a design that you wish to use, you can select from this list. If not, you can click Create New Certificate Design. Whenever you are at the designer, the certificate designer, you can either choose one of our templates that are provided here. We have over 100 of templates available to your use that you can customize to your needs. So this looks colorful. I like this one. Or optionally, if you have a design at hand that you wish to use, you can also upload your own design as well. And after you have uploaded your design or select the design from our template, here you will be able to add additional text to this design. You can import images and also add shapes. And all of the text elements are customizable here as well, so you can customize them to your needs. An important part of both the badge design and also the certificate design is the attributes. So the attributes are variables that will change depending on the information, depending on the recipient information, as well as the campaign information. So for example, here we have the attribute recipient name that is mostly included within the certificate design. And we also have a list of default system attributes that you can choose from. And similar to custom skills, you can also add a custom attribute as well, if there's one that you wish to use. So for example, here we have the example of adding graduation score as an attribute. So you will only type in the name of the attribute and select the attribute type. And this custom attribute that you have created will be available from all of the campaigns that you will create from now on. Within the credential designer, we have also our images tab, which will include your logo that you have uploaded to your organization settings. You can manage the layers, you can duplicate the layers or delete them altogether. And another cool feature that we have right here is adding a QR code. So this QR code will direct your recipients to the credential pages, to their respective credential pages. And you can add this QR code to the credential designs as well as the emails that are being sent. And if you are happy with your design, whenever you click Save and Continue, you will be back at the credential campaign page. And the third step is creating an email template. So this email will be used to notify your recipients whenever their credentials are issued. So you will be able to customize the email body to your liking. You will be able to add a QR code, as I have mentioned before, that will direct your recipients to their respective credential pages. And also another feature that we have, and we generally recommend our customers to use, is adding a helper text, which has all of the necessary information for your recipients. Within the email templates, we have also our branding options, where you can place your logo. If you have already uploaded to the organization settings, it can be directly retrieved from the organization settings itself. You can adjust the button, you can adjust the footer, and if you have your social links in place in the organization settings, you can directly use those from the settings. If not, you can also add them right here. And if you are happy with the design, and you will also be able to see the right-hand side of the screen. And if you are happy with what you are seeing, you can click Save and Continue. And before we conclude the email, is that we have to also type in the from and subject fields. So for the from fields, you can use your organization name. And for the subject, you can include credential information. You can write congratulations. It's totally up to you. I will just Right, congrats for now. And as you can see, after we have completed all of the steps up to now, the recipient section is available to my use. And let's add recipients. So to be able to add your recipients, you can either select from your existing recipients or list. However, for the purposes of this example, I will show you how to upload an Excel or CSV document to the system. So you will select the Excel document that has the recipient information. So for example, this will include the recipient name, recipient email, and also if you are using any other recipient attributes within the credential, the file will also include all of these. So let me just locate my template that I have right here, hopefully. Yes, I found it. And here you can see this is the minimum amount of information that you can give. So we have the full name and also the email of the recipients. So after you have uploaded your document, you will need to match the attribute. So here you will select full name. For the email, I will match the attribute to email. After you have matched the attribute, the system will ask you to what you want the system to do with the existing recipients. The first option updates all of the previously sent credentials as well as use the new recipient information for that already existing recipient for future credentials. The second option doesn't interfere with any of the previously sent credentials but only uses the updated information for future ones. And the third option ignores changes altogether. None of the information about your recipients, the existing recipients, will be affected. Whenever you click Save, we will be seeing the list of recipients that we have added. If you need to edit or change something, you can do so from the screen. And you can also add another Excel document or select more recipients from your list. Whenever I click Save and Continue, we are back at the campaign page. Lastly, the last thing that we have to do before concluding our credential campaign and sending it is managing the campaign options. So this campaign title that we have right here is only an internal title that is just for your organization and that none of your recipients will be able to see this. And the campaign privacy option, if you set it to private, the credential that is being issued will be visible within the recipient profile only for the recipient. So none of the third parties will be able to see that credential within the recipient's profile. It will still be searchable, it will still be functional. However, it just won't appear within the profile page of the recipient for third parties. And lastly, we have our social sharing text that you can adjust and customize to your needs, and this will automatically appear whenever one of your recipients are sharing their credentials on LinkedIn. And here, whenever I click Preview and Send, I will be able to see a preview of both the credential page as well as the email that will be sent, and I can preview for different recipients. So, for example, here we have Arda and Arda's email and Arda's credential page. And if I'm happy with all of the elements that I have added, I can first send a test credential to myself or one of my colleagues, or I can schedule this credential to be sent at a later time, or I can click Send Now and the distribution of the credentials will start. Whenever I issue my credential, I will be sent to the campaigns page and the Send tab. So here you can see the credential that we have just created and issued, and all of the other send campaigns that we have. If I have anything scheduled, it will appear here, and all of my drafts will be here for me to get back and finish them. And this was all in terms of issuing credentials. I think it's just very straightforward with the campaign page because it gives you the steps to go through and complete the process. And now we have issued the credentials. What happens now? We will go to our analytics page and take a look at how you can track the metrics that you have from the sent credential campaigns. So I will go over the two of the most used and visited pages that we have right here. The first analytics tab is the summary tab, which will basically give you a summary of all the credentials that you have sent. You will be able to see the delivery success of your emails. You will be able to see the rate of opened emails as well as the addition rate to LinkedIn profile, the share date as well as the downloads rate. And here you will also be able to apply credential campaign filters as well as date filters. And one of the features that we have within the analytics is being able to download all of the credential PDFs in bulk. So you can use this button right here to select the credential campaign that you wish to download. And whenever the process is completed, you will receive an email notification that you can follow to download the credential PDFs in bulk. And the second page that I wanted to show you is the credentials page, which is very extensive, very comprehensive. It will list all of the credentials that you have issued so far. And also you will be able to see the status of these credentials. You will be able to see the credential IDs and just visit the credential pages by clicking them. You will be able to apply both date filters as well as campaign filters. And also you will be able to filter by the status. So for example, let me just reset this. So for example, if I want to see a list of all of the undelivered credentials and all of the undelivered emails that I have, I can select and I can get a report of all the undelivered emails. And also, for example, if I want to see who added their credentials to LinkedIn, I can do so. And I can download all of these reports as Excel files. So this is just a very extensive page that you can utilize to track your credentials after issuing them. And this was all from my side. Thank you so much for listening. I will stop my screen share now and take a look and see if anyone has any questions. Yes. I don't see any questions as of now. However, I also want to provide some more information about Sertifier and also the upcoming Power Up session as well. So as I have mentioned at the beginning, this is a monthly occurrence that we have. This means that we will have another Power Up session at November on the third Thursday of each month. Yes, I see that Steve has a question about campaigns. Yes, Steve.
Yeah, I thought I'd ask you. It's more just sort of a nomenclature or like how you call things so that I can understand it.
Yeah.
So I get a little confused with the word campaigns, and so I wanted to see if I get it right.
Yeah.
So we have different types of learning, and we haven't fully implemented. We've used this for a while. I have a lot of things set up, but we haven't sent a lot out yet. Partially because we're trying to do a few things, but
yeah.
So if I understand it, am I correct? So if we do a live session, okay, so we have something called PDP Professional, and say we have a live session 1 month, and then say 2 months later we have another live session.
Yeah.
Is each one of those a campaign? Is that what we call those?
Yeah. However, they can also be if the credential detail and the design that you wish to use. We have also a lot of customers that are using the same campaign over and over for different events. So just to clarify, I can define campaign as a set of credentials that has the same details, same design, that you can issue for different events as well.
So when you say same details, that detail doesn't include the date, right? It's like everything else.
Yeah, the issue date will be set automatically on the date that you issue the credentials. So it will appear different for each issue, so that you can also use the same campaign over and over for different dates. So it will be handled automatically by the system, the issue date.
Okay, so how is the issue date set? Is that when I send it, or how is the issue date turned?
The issue date will be the date that you sent the credentials. If you also want to use the event date, you can also do so. You can add it as an attribute.
Okay.
You can also state the date that the event was held. But the issue date, the credentials are sent out. That's correct.
Okay, so I could have one campaign, but have it, so I have it one day in January, another day in March, and another day in July.
Yeah.
And I could just have it in there, and it would be the same campaign, but the event date could be different.
If you want to also give the information of event date, I think it would be easier to set it as different campaigns.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yes, if you want to also include the event dates apart from the issue date, I think it would be much easier both to issue and also track afterward.
Okay. So in my mind, I should consider each one a different campaign. Okay, because we do use that ending date. Okay, so then a related question then has to do with LearnDash, because we use the connection between LearnDash and, that is handled, more through LearnDash and connected with you guys. So would each one of the same courses, so we have a course there, and different people will take it at different times, that would all be one campaign, correct?
So actually the integrated campaigns works a little bit differently. Let me just ask you, do you have an active integration as of right now within your Sertifier account? Yeah. So if you are familiar with the integrations page, which will be placed on the left menu under Advanced, you will be setting up an integrated campaign that will be separate for each. So, for example, you have stated that you are using LearnDash for each LearnDash course. You will use the same integrated campaign over and over. You won't need to add any recipients. That will be handled by the integration side. However, it will only be a one campaign that is automated and that is constantly being used by the integration that is active.
Okay, good. Okay, that's how I thought. Okay, and then, sorry, a third question then is, unless somebody else has a question. So we're going to be moving to a blended learning for some of these. Are there any kind of best practices or how to make that work best? Because at some point the credential has to be launched, and so it's either done by me directly after a live course, or it's done by the online LearnDash. But any best practices for doing it with the least amount of work on my part?
So the recipients that are attending the online course and also in-person events are different, right? They are different.
Well, they would be the same people. It's blended in that, like, they may either start with an asynchronous online and then finish, or with an in-person, or they may start with an in-person and finish with an online.
I see. So in terms of the LearnDash site, it is a very easy process that requires almost no work. The only thing to do is just set up the integration once for that specific course and just let the automation system handle the rest. But in terms of like some of the practices that I've known from our customers is to use the same campaign for the for the same course over and over, but just upload, for example, on a weekly basis, the list of recipients that have completed the course within that week. Gather all of that recipient information in one Excel file and use that Excel file to edit the same campaign that you have been using and just add the new set of recipients. So you can do this weekly, bi-weekly. It depends on the issuance rate of your credential. However, on the top of my mind, this is one of the recommendations that I can make. However, if this doesn't work for you or if you have any questions, just please feel free to contact us anytime, and I can also give you a more detailed explanation based on your case as well. And I think we have the contact email on the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions? Yeah, I think that's. So thank you all so much for coming. This is just a great time for me. I really enjoy doing these power-up sessions. And as I have mentioned, I will send all of you both the recording of the session as well as a complete PDF guide that we have. And you can expect to get these resources early next week. Thank you so much for coming. It was really great having you all here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.